Okay, so once again we are going to talk about the business world, and this time it's as it pertains to Konami. Now first, I would like to impart on you the first rule of business, and that is fuck everything and everyone as long as I can make a profit. Understand that corporations do not care about anything other than money and will try to destroy everything that is in their way if it means that they can get their hands on a few more pennies. And now, with that out of the way, let's talk about Konami. Konami is a Japanese gaming company that at the moment couldn't give a fuck about console games. Instead, they seem to want to focus on mobile games and their slot machine business, and don't think that those businesses aren't lucrative. Konami is making a decent amount of money off their mobile games because they are so cheap when compared to the console games. And those slot machines that they create are quite literally printing money for them right now. So they have no real incentive to actually care about video games. And if how Konami has treated the gaming press in the last few years is any indication, then they really don't give two flying fucks about any of this that we care about. And even then, we can talk about the rumors of how Lords of Shadow's producer became a dictator at the company. Then, shortly after that, Kojima ended up doing laps around the company's PR department, where for months no one knew if the game was still being made, if he was still on the project. Then there were even articles trying to find out where he was. Hideo Kojima had somehow managed to up and vanish. A famous video game producer like him was nowhere to be found. And now a former employee of Konami released a detailed list of the workings of the video game giant, saying that after they began to make money in the mobile market, that the company's treatment of its employees went from treating them like people to treating them something like indentured servants. And while a lot of policies that were put in place may seem reasonable, if not without suspicion of paranoia, one key piece of information really stood out for me, and that is the reshuffling of its talent. So apparently, if Konami doesn't think much of you, then you might be going from a game developer to sweeping the parking lot before everyone shows up to work. And this just wasn't for lower level employees either. This even applied to producers. So imagine going from being a producer of $1 million game to now loading up trucks in one of the company's many pachinko gambling parlors. And because we are human, then a system like this is probably going to be abused to hell and back. If a employee dares to speak up showing his disapproval of the direction that a certain product is going in, then he may find himself cleaning toilets in Studio Block 54. And the sad thing is that every decent gaming enthusiast knows that this is just another day at Konami. The company is well known for its closed door bullshit. During interviews saying that you can't talk about anything, refusing access to just the basic things of information about the game. But one has to wonder how long Konami will last, because I want to say that they can't survive off such a terrible business model. But the sad truth is, not only can they survive off of that, but they can thrive in it. Those slot machines that the company creates probably brings in enough income to support the company alone. And people are always going to gamble. I mean, it's not like Vegas is going to go broke anytime soon. So what can we do but just wait and see? Because as much as we like to believe in fairy tales and that everything will work out in the end, the sad truth is that some things will always be broken. Just because we want a company to learn their lesson doesn't mean that they will. Money talks, and as long as it's pouring in, there is no need for them to change. Anyway, once again, that's it for me. I'll be back next time. And if you're willing to listen, then I'm willing to share my opinion. You all take care.